Search the internet or YouTube for best diet for reflux and you'll get all sorts of answers, most of them contradictory. So I'm going to cut through the confusion and tell you how the right diet can help you get rid of reflux. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video about gut health and reflux solutions. When I had silent reflux or LPR, I tried eating low acid, low FODMAP, lectin-free, grain-free, you name it, I tried it. Each one helped a little bit, but the relief never lasted long. So as a nutritional therapy practitioner and someone who's gotten rid of silent reflux, one of the most common questions I get is what is the best diet for reflux? I could say
Acid Watcher diet is best, low FODMAP is best, PALEO is best, Whole30 is best.
Because they all are and none of them are. Let me explain what I mean. Reflux is caused by a lot of different things, and usually there's more than one thing going on at the same time. Diet can make a huge difference, but there are also other factors. Any of these diets will have benefits if you're replacing less balanced and less nutritious foods with more nutritious foods. Each one of these diets addresses part of the reflux puzzle, but here's the problem. Most only offer temporary relief. You have to follow them religiously or risk symptoms returning, and some of them can even deprive you of important nutrients if you try to follow them long term. When I coach others through healing from reflux, this is what I recommend. Our main goal is to focus on soothing and healing inflammation, rebalancing gut bacteria, improving digestion, and supporting the nervous system. This will help you get to the deeper causes of reflux, and many foods that trigger your reflux symptoms now won't bother you anymore. So here are some basic guidelines for a diet that helps decrease inflammation, supports gut bacteria, and also supports brain and gut health in general. Initially, you want to avoid any foods that are obvious trigger foods. For me, at one point, this was foods like garlic, onions, and certain vegetables. For others, it may be foods that are more traditionally linked with reflux, like chocolate, red meat, caffeine. Whatever is an obvious trigger for you, avoid that at first while you address the inflammation and other issues that are causing reflux. And then as you get better, you can start to add those foods back in. Second, you're going to want to replace highly processed foods with more whole, real food options. This means less prepackaged food from the store and more food cooked from scratch. But it doesn't have to be complicated, and our goal is not perfection. If sticking perfectly to a food plan gives you too much stress and anxiety, that can actually be causing more harm than the so-called bad foods that you're eating every once in a while. Let's get into some specifics. First, protein. For meat, you want to choose grass-fed, organic, pasture-raised whenever possible. Same goes for eggs, and this is because the meat and the eggs actually has a different fatty acid makeup depending on what the animal ate. So grass-fed beef has a higher ratio of omega-3 fats than grain-fed beef does. This relates to reflux because imbalances in fatty acids can lead to inflammation, which is one of the things that contributes to reflux. The standard American diet tends to highly favor omega-6s, and so most of our diets have too many omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. It's not that omega-6 fatty acids are bad, it's just that most of us are not eating the right ratio, and this encourages more inflammation in the body. Wild-caught fish and seafood is also a really good option for proteins that are high in omega-3 fats. Also, when it comes to deli meats, bacon, hot dogs, things like that, I go for options that don't have added nitrates or nitrites. And you can also, of course, add in plenty of plant-based proteins, but you want to make sure you're soaking beans and legumes before cooking them because that's going to make them a lot easier to digest. Moving on to fats. Most processed foods contain highly refined and often rancid seed oils, and this has been linked to inflammation and poor gut health. This would be
margarine and oils like vegetable oil, canola, sunflower, safflower, soy, and corn oils.
Some better options for nourishing fats are going to be
extra virgin olive oil, butter or ghee from grass-fed cows, and oils like coconut oil or avocado oil.
You might be surprised at how many supposed health foods are full of these inflammatory seed oils, like salad dressing, for example. Most of them, the first or second ingredient, is going to be canola oil or some other vegetable oil. And really, it only takes less than 5 minutes at home to make your own salad dressings. This may seem impossible at first, considering how many things have these inflammatory oils in them, but I want to remind you again that we are not looking for perfection. Any small positive change that you make is going to make a difference. Start by changing things in your own home, in your own kitchen, and then the occasional store-bought snack that was made with vegetable oil is not going to ruin everything. Moving on to carbohydrates. The biggest recommendation I can make is to increase the amount of vegetables you're eating and the amount of meals where you're eating vegetables. And I don't mean eating salad every day. Cooked vegetables are actually a lot easier for people to digest than raw, which can be really helpful for people who have reflux. But doesn't cooking vegetables destroy the nutrients? It's true that it can decrease some, but it can actually increase others. And if you're having GI issues, it's better to eat something that your body can actually tolerate and process. This is going to help you a lot more than eating raw foods that your body can't even digest. Fruits can be a good source of fiber and natural sugars, but I recommend pairing them with a protein or a fat so that your blood sugar doesn't fluctuate too much. Whole grains can be part of a nutritious diet as long as they don't take center stage in every single meal. Some options that are easier to digest are sourdough bread, basmati rice, brown or wild rice as long as it's been soaked for 6 to 8 hours. I'll generally set my brown rice to soak in the morning and then it's ready to rinse and put in the rice cooker at dinner time. So those are the overall guidelines for the major macronutrient groups. Let's talk about some specific special foods for reflux. First, broths and stocks can help to heal your stomach and GI lining, and you don't have to be super hardcore and drink it from a cup in order to heal your gut. I like to make soups with lots of veggies added. One of my favorites would be like a chicken tortilla soup with lots of green beans, or a spicy cabbage soup eaten with rice and a fried egg. Number 2 is chia seeds. Chia seeds are high in fiber and omega-3 fats, and that gooey consistency they take on when you mix them with liquids is helpful for soothing a sore throat and also for healing the GI lining. Lately, I like to mix some chia seeds with some 100% tart cherry juice and just a smidge of maple syrup. Mix all that together and then I let it sit overnight or at least for a few hours, stirring every once in a while, and I'll drink that in the morning. For people who get grossed out by the idea of drinking chia seeds and don't like the consistency, you can also make chia seed pudding, and there's about 1 million recipes out there for that, but chia seeds are really helpful. Number 3, one of my favorites is aloe vera juice. 100% aloe vera juice without any added sugar or other stuff in it can really help with sore throats, and also if you have a burning feeling in your chest and you drink some aloe vera, it can help to soothe that right away. It's also known for helping heal and soothe the GI lining in the stomach in general. And finally, ginger. Ginger helps with a lot of things related to digestion. It helps improve GI motility, it absorbs excess gases, it helps with nausea. In general, ginger is just really great for digestion. One of the easiest ways is probably to drink it as a tea, or there's some different powdered ginger drinks out there that are really good. As always, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, give this video a like if you liked it, and let me know in the comments below what other questions you have about reflux. And check out this video next.